While the tools inside of Premiere Pro are pretty good at syncing up multiple angles, there are third-party solutions available, and one of those is a product called PluralEyes. Let me show you how it works. For our first example here, I'll work with the same media that we had from before. This was that concert that we had where the audio was a little bit rough on one of the angles, so I expect this one's going to be a bit tricky. What we can do is choose Window, Extensions, PluralEyes. And this gives us an extra panel that functions inside of Premiere Pro. Now, what it will allow us to do is to easily hand off content. So, for example, I can choose what to sync. From the options list here, I'll tell it to move any unsynchronized clips to the end. And I'm not going to take advantage of this option, but it would actually take anything that didn't have the original audio and it would replace it using the external audio. This is quite useful for things like sync sound workflow for DSLRs where you record the audio on a separate recorder. What I can do now is click the Synchronize button, and it's going to take the media, hand it off, save the project, and attempt to synchronize things. There we go. And you see it was able to sync everything except for the one camera angle that didn't have any real audio on it. This particular angle is lacking audio, so it's quite difficult. But what we can try to do is line that up using the visual slate. It's great that everything else lined up so quickly. I'll move this down here, and let's try finding that sync point with the slate. Just expand this here a little bit. There's our clapboard. Right about there is the closing of the slate. We'll turn off the other tracks here. And we just need to nudge this one into place. I'll use that Alt left and right arrow. In this case, it's run out of space, so let's just trim that a little bit. And Alt right arrow to nudge it over. There we go. There's the close. Right about there looks right. Perfect. And now you see all the angles are in sync. Now this is a nice workflow that makes it easy to just hand the content off and let PluralEyes run in the background and synchronize things. And it's really fast and actually works well with multiple tracks or even many clips. Now, we also have the ability here to open in PluralEyes. And if I click this, it's going to send the media over to the PluralEyes interface. And you see it will give you all of the different angles as well as the recording and makes it possible to actually manually move things around or add additional media to your project. Now, in this case, this one clip was marked as out of sync because there is no audio to sync. But let's go ahead actually and we'll make a new project here and I'll show you how easy it is to just do this directly in PluralEyes to start. So I'll choose File, New Project, and now we need to add some media. Now we can do this by dragging and dropping or clicking the Add Media button. I've got some extra files that are pretty large, so you won't be able to download these and try them out yourself, but you can work with some of your own media or try some of the earlier examples if you'd like. And let's just go in here and we'll load all these up. We'll take the DSLR clips here. Here's angle A. There we go. Put 2 clips onto that track. Now let's add additional media. We'll go to folder B. Here's our second DSLR. These are just preview files, sometimes generated by a Mac, so make sure you look for actual thumbnails. And it adds that second angle there. And let's keep going. We'll go here. And I'll select this P2 angle. And let's get the next one for angle number 4. And now our 5th angle. And you see it recognizes those by folders and puts each folder on its own track. And we've got the reference audio here. And I'll click Open. So in this case, 5 camera angles plus the reference audio, and it puts them all into the project. All right, let's move on to synchronizing.